The South African natives need to realize that the unemployment rate, the youth unemployment, will not be resolved by private companies that were built during apartheid. Abo Absa, FNB, Old Mutual, all these companies were built under apartheid, and now we are expecting them to employ us. As a matter of fact, these companies are fighting against the government's quotas. The government is saying that certain individuals, certain percentages of individuals need to be employed in these companies, and now these companies are going to the Constitutional Court trying to block that, meaning that they are fighting not to employ natives.
You claim that the regulations in the Employment Equity Amendment Act have impossible requirements. You've called it harmful. Why are you fighting against these regulations that are built for transformation?
The reason has been the same all along. The regulations are impossible to implement. They require businesses to be run off a spreadsheet. It's done nowhere like this anywhere in the world.
I know I'm preaching to the choir at this point because everybody, every native black South African knows that they need to open a company. We need to be the employers. We need to replace our FNB. We need to replace Old Mutual. We need to replace all these insurance companies and especially the banks so that we can have more control of the economy. Because if we are depending on these guys, man, we are not going to get hired. Think about it. The majority of black people in South Africa are employed by the government. They are not employed by private companies. Even the executive positions, even the nice employment jobs are being provided by the government. Many people who have bond houses and cars are employed by the government. So we must not depend on these private companies. Essentially, natives need to own these companies at the end, not these specific ones that are already existing, our own companies that will have African values and will employ and prioritize Africans.
Requires every business anywhere in South Africa to subscribe to race and sex and disability targets prescribed by the minister at a arbitrary way that she decided that. That is not how business is done, and we must respect the independence of a business. So also because it's impossible, also because it is harmful and it will actually lead to a decrease in employment, this is something that must be opposed.
Now,